Hello, welcome. My name is Calyn. Welcome to Postnatal Yoga. Thanks for joining me here today. We'll be starting in a seated position on your mat. And this practice is designed to help keep you calm, cool, and collected, as well as strengthen your body and starting to find that strength after our body has went through this huge transformation. So this is generally a good practice that is better for those that are 3+ months postpartum. So just check in with yourself and see what would work best for you in this practice today. So if you're not there already, start in your comfortable seated position and close down your eyes. And just start to breathe deeply, slowing everything down. Let go of any external distractions. And allow yourself to become very connected to that which is within you. We'll take a specific breathing pattern to help calm the body. We'll inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 8. And do so as you allow the whole body to soften, and really extending the breath full throughout your whole body. And if you feel like the breath is a bit too long, you can always shorten it a bit on each end. So we'll start inhale, count to 4. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 8. Keep moving with your breath. Counting internally. Soften your shoulders, soften your belly. You can start to come back to a natural breathing pattern. And softly open your eyes. You may find that breathing technique useful if you are experiencing insomnia or if you are very emotional. That's something really nice that you can practice. So bring your hands off of your legs. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, reach the palms up, straighten the arms, and then release that. Bring the backs of the hands up, straighten the arms once again. And exhale, bow forward. Inhale, open the arms up, really reach and stretch. And exhale, bow forward. One more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bow forward. And then come back up into a seated position, and you can change the cross of your legs if you'd like. You can also come into a kneeling position or whatever feels most comfortable for you. And we'll just take a gentle twist, opening up to the right hand side. Right hand comes back. You can come onto tented fingers, really lengthen up through the spine so you're sitting up nice and tall, proud chest. And slowly come back to center all the way to the opposite side. Come back to center and come forward onto your hands and knees. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Inhale, extend the right leg back behind you and then bend into the knee. Flex the toes so the sole of your foot is coming up. And then start to open the chest forward, gaze comes up. And straighten the leg. Start to lift the left arm forward. Left arm comes out to the left-hand side and right leg out to the right-hand side. Activate your core, squeeze the belly in, and slowly extend back forward and arm, hand and knee back down to the mat. Just rock the knees a little side to side. Really spread the fingers wide apart, press them down into the earth. Inhale, extend the right leg back behind you, bend into the knee, and then flatten your foot so the sole of the foot is coming up. Breathe here. And then you can slowly start to straighten the leg, reach the right arm forward, right arm goes to right hand side, left leg to left hand side. Full breaths. Inhale, slowly reach the limbs forward and back, and then lower them down to the mat. Rock the hips side to side. Walk the hands all the way to the top of the mat. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up into downward facing dog. Start by opening up the body, bending into one knee, bending into the opposite knee. Come up high onto the balls of the feet, gaze back, and then you can start to lower the soles of the feet down. They don't have to come all the way down to the mat, but just as best as feels good. And then slowly lower the knees again. And then extend the legs back, come all the way down to your belly. Reach your arms back behind you, interlace your fingers, really root down with the legs down into the mat. Feet about hip distance apart. And then slowly lift the chest up as you reach the arms back. And release. And then bend into the knees, grab onto the ankles, and again flex the feet. And then start to kick the feet into the hands to open up the front body. Exhale, lower down. Plant the palms down on either side of the chest. Tuck the toes under. Make your way back up into a tabletop position, and then downward facing dog. Look forward to the top of your mat and start to walk up to the top. And coming into Tadasana, standing position, arms down by the sides, shoulders are soft. And just allow the whole body to find its natural softness. And then we will start to bring awareness to all of the areas of your body. So start to activate all your muscles, open the chest slightly, create space between each one of your fingers, space between each one of your toes, rooted down fully through the roots of our feet. And then bring your hands together at heart center. Take a step back with your right foot about 4 feet apart. And then the toes can be pointing out to the side slightly, front toes pointing forward. So I have left foot forward and right foot back. And then bring your hands back behind you. You can grab onto opposite elbows, or if you can, bring the palms together into reverse prayer. If this is too much for you though, please do grab onto opposite elbows. No need to push yourself into a position that doesn't feel comfortable for you. And then you can slowly bend into the knees slightly if needed. So if you notice that you're hyperextending the legs back, give them a little bit of a bend into the knees. And then lift the chest forward as you reach down and hinging from the hips. So just come into a space where you start to feel it in your muscles. And then you can slowly start to lower the hands down. Keep the right hand down to the mat. You can also use a block here and bring your left hand to your left hip and start to twist open to the left hand side. Just keep your hand on your hip for this variation. And slowly lower down. Bend into the knees and come all the way up to standing. Hands to your hips, step up to the top of your mat. Moving to the opposite side into Parsvatasana. Step back with your left foot. So again, planting both soles of the feet down, and then hips are pointing forward. And then bring your hands back behind you. Take reverse prayer or grab onto opposite elbows. Slight bend into the knees if needed. And then just notice that you are hinging from your hip joint and nowhere in your back. Bring your chest forward. And just hinge into the space that feels best for you. So you could be a little bit lower, you could be a little bit higher. And then slowly lower the hands down. You can use your block here if you have a block or even a pillow or anything just to place your hand on. And then bring your right hand to your right hip and twist open to the right hand side. And slowly come back to center and all the way up to standing hands to your hips. Step up to the top of your mat. Take a big step back with your left foot. And then to have a really wide stance with the feet. Feet are parallel to one another and really root them down onto the ground. And again, straightening the legs, but know that you can bend into the knees at any time if needed. Bring your hands to your hips. And then we'll be moving forward again from the hip joints. Remember, you can bend into your knees if needed. Stop at halfway, take a full breath there. If you want to stay up a bit further, bring your hands to your thighs and use that for some support. If it feels good, bring your hands down to the mat and then melt down even further. Your hands may be hanging. You might have full palms down. You might have tented fingers down. If this is really opening for you, please stay here for a few breaths. If you want a little bit more, start to walk your hands underneath your body and fingertips pointing away from you so your arms will eventually be straight. And slowly walk your hands forward and then start to walk them over to the left-hand side. They can be anywhere around your foot. And then plant your left palm down, grab your ankle with your right arm and start to gaze under your right armpit. And slowly walk all the way back through center. Keep in mind you can bend into the knees anytime you need again. And then just melt down over the right hand leg. Plant your right hand down, usually on the inner edge of the foot, works nicely. And then you can start to twist, open to the left. Gaze under the left armpit. Come all the way back to center, and then heel toe your feet together. Come all the way up to standing. Inhale, arms open up wide to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins and straighten your back. Gaze forward, but keep length in the back of your neck. So for some of you, you may need to gaze down or even back a little bit. Couple breaths here. And bend into the knees. And we're going to come to standing. Bring your hands at heart center. And then we'll start to find the balance in the left foot. Lift the right foot up. And then just bring the ankle above the right knee. And then start to bend down, sitting back into your chair. See if you can sink down a little bit further. Engagement in the right toes, whole sole of the right foot. And slowly come up. And then switch sides. Find your balance in your right foot. So really root it down. Lift the left foot up. Bring the ankle just above the knee. Flex the foot. Find your balance. So an unmoving point is helpful to bring your gaze to, and then start to sink down. And come all the way up to standing and back up to the top of your mat. Take a moment here, arms down by your sides. And take a big step back with your right foot and bend into your left knee. Back foot, right foot is parallel to the back of the mat, and then front knee is bent and trying to align it on top of the ankle if possible. And then just rest your left arm on top of the thigh. See if you come up a bit, if you can come back down and really be as strong as possible with the legs. And then open the right arm forward. Even start to open the chest, open up into the armpit, back behind you. Keep that bend, that deep bend into the knee. And inhale all the way back up. And then you can step up to the top of your mat once again and take a big step back with the left foot. So aligning the feet into a warrior two position, parallel to the back of the mat with the left foot, and then right toes pointing forward, bend into the knee. And then just start to rest the arm on there. Notice if you're dropping all your weight into it, try and keep yourself lifted up so you still have lots of engagement in the whole body. And then reach the right arm forward, the left arm forward, and then open the chest, open the armpit. And slowly make your way back up. And then you can pivot your feet and step up to the top of your mat. Bring your hands together at heart center, close down the eyes. And drop yourself down into a forward fold. Feet are about hip distance apart. And melt the body down over the legs so it's a waterfall cascading down over the legs. Rock a little side to side. Release any tension in the head or neck that you might be holding on to. And then plant the palms down into the mat. Step back with both of your feet. And just lower the knees. Have them a little bit further back so they're not stacking right underneath the hips. And we'll come into a modified plank position. Take a few breaths here. And then if you'd like, you can lift the knees up into plank. A few breaths here. Bring your right hand to the center of your mat. Roll over to the outer edge of the right foot, stacking the feet and raising the left arm up. If this is too much for you, you can always bend into the knee, bringing the knee down, or bend into the elbow, bringing the elbow down. And slowly come back into a regular plank. And then left hand in the middle, roll over to the outer edge of the left foot, extend the right arm up. Keep the hips lifted up high from whatever position you're in. And lower down. Lower the knees down and lower all the way down to your belly. Take one cheek to the mat, extend your arms back behind you, and just let your whole body rest. If you are squishing your chest a lot here, you can stack your fists and place them just around your temple area or anywhere on your cheek that feels best for you. And we'll take a Brahmari breath on each side, honeybee breath, for the course of your exhale, making a humming sound that sounds like the M in Om. So inhale fully. Relax your face. And switch to the opposite side, left side. And we'll take a Brahmari breath here. Inhale deeply. Bring your palms on either side of your chest, and then just bring yourself all the way back, sending the hips over the heels. And we'll take a regular child's pose variation, bringing the knees together, bringing the feet together, and then bring your arms back behind you. So your body is a little ball, a little rock. Just imagine yourself being really solid here in your natural place, somewhere out in nature. Slowly come up and make your way to your seat. Extend your legs out in front of you. And then just bring them as wide as the mat. And interlace your fingers, point your pointer fingers and bring the thumbs together. And just slowly start to come forward. Flex your toes and then bring yourself back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Take two more. See if you can lean back a little bit further for this last one, and then holding here, full breaths. And then reach all the way forward. Allow the hands to come down wherever they fall. Can be anywhere on the legs, all the way down to the mat. And allow your head and neck to hang heavy. With a really deep inhale, bring yourself up. And slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Bring your arms down by your sides. Let it all go in your final resting pose, Shavasana. Just scan through your body. See if you can release anything you're holding on to. Release thoughts or anticipations and just be present in your body with your breath. Slowly bring your hands to your lower belly, the space of your womb or where your uterus is. And just send warmth and energy and gratefulness to the space. And slowly roll to your right hand side. Use your right arm as a pillow. Bend into your knees, into fetal position. And with helping hands, come all the way up to seated. Sit in a way that makes you feel comfortable and relaxed. And just close your eyes for a moment. Feel your breath. Feel the sensation of breathing and the temperature and the depth. Relax all the muscles in your face. Connect the palms together into Namaskar Mudra. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me today. Hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you could give it a like, comment below, or subscribe to my channel, that will help me to be able to create more content for you. Thanks so much. Namaste.